Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Nightwalker from Nightwalker Drones, and I wanted to do a video. Let me clean this up out of the way. I wanted to do a video on my setup, and this is, of course, this is my DJI Phantom 3, and the standard model for those who may not realize that. But I wanted to do a video on how to use your setup. Now, everybody, you can tell that if you're new to how DJI did their standard version, the Phantom Standard, is that um, this is the mods from ARGtek, and sorry about that. Um, the standard comes with this antenna. Now, I want to explain a few things because a lot of people I see online are not really explaining it, and if they are explaining it, they might be doing it wrong. This antenna is the radio, and this is called a transmitter antenna. Now, that means that this is taking and receiving information. Okay? So this is the one that it comes with, and it's, as you can tell, very low quality kind of thing. Now, if this was, let's say, in the 3 gigahertz range, which we're not even using right now, this may be good because it's not, it sends out a very powerful channel frequency. So at 2.4 gigahertz, the reason why this doesn't really help is because in the 2. I said it in my last videos, the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum, frequency spectrum, is it's cluttered with everything you can think of. Anything that goes over the air now is up there in the 2.4 gigahertz thing. About 5-6 years ago, it wasn't like that. Everybody now is using it. Everything is on the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum. Um, Everything from your microwave to your cell phones, fire and police radio. I've said this plenty of times, and I keep on saying it for those who might be using this as an informed video, and you may not have seen my other videos. But if you want to see my other videos, you can easily use my channel, and you'll see my videos on why 2.4 gigahertz now it's hard to get a clear channel. Before DJI Go was able to give, they used to allow you to change your channels from a clouded channel to a less clouded channel, but they don't allow you to do that anymore. They did not give you any reason on why they did that. They made an update and they took that out a few months ago. Now it's what, February 15th. Every time they come up with an update, they don't really change it at all, and everybody is wishing that they bring that back, because for people that are like me, I'm not just a hobbyist. I'm going in this for business, and when you really want to go out there in certain areas and get some whatever your client wants, now this could be just the same going for people that do hobbies. If you're doing this for a hobby, you spend $400-500 on this, you really should get the best. And I believe that DJI should have allowed you to change your channels to a clear channel, depending on where you are. Now, if you're in a city, it's going to be almost impossible to find a clear channel. You might find a clearer channel, which is also the reason why I don't believe they should have done that. They used to allow you to go up to 32 channels, and right now, out of the box, it's using it only uses I believe 8 channels, and that I think it cycles through 8 channels, and that's not good, and it does it on its own. And sometimes things that go automatic is never good, because it has its own, it's programmed to go through those channels as it gets more cluttered, and it has a back signal. So by the time it wants to change that channel, you already lost signal. So what happens is, once it starts losing that signal and its signal is getting lower, then it says, okay, let's switch to another channel and try it. So if you're already been flying for a while, you might realize that, oh snap, I'm losing. It keeps on showing up here. Oh, you're losing it. You're losing radio connection to your drone, and then it'll go back to okay. So it's going from yellow to red, back to green, back to yellow. So it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you don't. It's hard to tell why, and that's because it's cycling through those channels to find a clear channel, and sometimes it will find a clear channel and it might show green or yellow, which means caution, you're losing it, and then it might go to red saying that it's very bad or whatever. So that's the reason why a lot of people went to ARGtek, and this helps in range. Now, let's get this correct. This is good in range in certain conditions. That means if you are in a city, like I am in New York City, in New York area, and you try to fly in a crowded area, there's a very good chance these mods are not going to help you, because these are still running off the two. You can probably even see it. It's still running off the same frequency. It's not changing anything. Only thing it's doing is giving you more area to catch the signal. That's all it is. It's making it from this, to that. So the more area you have to grab information and send information, the better in general it is, when it comes to receiving and transmitting. The problem is that you're still running off the same frequency, and the same frequencies are it's being used everywhere. And that's the problem with this, when it comes to that. If you're in a rural area, very open space, you're not in an area that's crowded. You're out in probably the open field or out in the mountains area, depending on the terrain. Now, you can't go around mountains and all that stuff, because then you would definitely lose your radio transmissions. And that's always going to be until they come up with a new system that that may use a better system that goes around things. But everybody got to understand is FM radio band, which this is running off of. This FM doesn't go through things good at all. It's not good. AM radio is good, but it doesn't hold that level of information. AM can go, it could bounce off the atmosphere up at a few thousand feet and come back down if it's that powerful. Now, this won't do that. It might give you a little bit of range, but it's not going to give you the same. A lot of old pilots they like using the AM bands because it goes around things better and through things better than FM does. But FM is frequency modulated, so all the information, even though it may not go through everything as good as AM, you will still hear something. You'll still get something. AM is amplitude modulated, so when you go through something, it may lose that information, so you might not hear it, but you might still get a signal. If FM could get through it a little bit, you might still hear it, but it's still low, so and it won't go through it as easy. You might lose it altogether, so that's the problem with that. So I wanted to go over that because a lot of people I see online doing things with this mod. They're putting it in on their own, and they are trying to figure out. They're getting upset saying that it doesn't work. It's not giving them their idea of more range, and it's not really there to give you more range unless you're in an area where that is possible. And in a rural open space area, or wherever things like that, that's the ideal areas to get that information sent and received. Now, the reason why mine looks like this is these are parallel. This one here and this one here, over here, the last one up here. Now, the reason why I'm using these things in different ways to see if I can get better reception when I'm flying. I use all 3 vertical panels, and then I also use the flat panels on one on each side. I tested it for a little while, see how that works. I used the 3 combination tall, seeing how much that is. Now I'm doing it with 1 flat panel and the 2 vertical panels, so I can see how that works. I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking I want to get around the same if I had this one on that side as well. Now, this is the thing that a lot of people I see a lot of people doing. That this right here, this flat panel, has a little PB board inside there that has the antenna wire comes in and it splits around and goes back down. So, but the thing is, a lot of people think that it's here on the back. So what I see a lot of people doing is doing this and trying to use it diagonally like that. You have to turn it around. The board is on this part of the plastic on the reverse. So this is how you should have it. And if you're going a further away, you can bend it down all the way down to 180 degrees and this way, just in case you're going further out, you can bend this down and the information comes here. This only receives information, okay? This and the other side as well. These 2 are the same. It goes in together and goes into the board. But this is only receiving information. This is not at all sending information out. Only the middle antenna is sending and receiving. This is your only real transmitter. This is sending it and receiving it. Actually, they call it a transducer, if I'm correct. This is called a transducer, which means it's sending information out and it's also receiving information. This is flying your drone. This one is keeping you with communication with your transmitter and the drone itself. Now, this is for your FPV. This is giving you the information or the video from the drone, right? So there is an antenna on the landing gear that I might be able to show. Is inside, and what happens is all that information is getting sent out from here and being caught by this. This is the only reason why a lot of people are using these, because this is the only way you are getting your FPV information. And over here, so a lot of times I'm changing and seeing what is better, what's catching the information, which setup is better. So the best way to have this oriented is having it facing down, where this side, not the side with the flat back with the little barcode and information on the back. Turn it around and you can move it and manipulate it however you want to do it. But it's here. The board is here. Does it make a huge difference? Maybe not. But this is the ideal direction, okay? If you have it this way, you may be able to get, but the thing is, see, when you do this, this side is still up. When you do it like this is, let's say you straight above you, turn it around, or if you're going further away, you can't do that with the back like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's not made to do that. You can't push this down. So it's not going to be flat like this. So a lot of people I'm seeing online are doing it like this and doing it like that. And no, it's supposed to be just like this. And you can see the difference. You can push this all the way down, have it like this. Actually, let me do it. And you see now it's pointing out straight. Let's say if you went down, let's say you going straight or doing a video in a straight line, you want to go further straight horizontally, not vertically. This orientation would be better if you had both of them. I would do the same with this one. This one goes straight enough. See the difference between this one and this one is this has a board here. This has a wire going all the way up the length of the antenna. So this one it's supposed to be sending and receiving information, but you're using it to only receive information. So it's not really that good because it doesn't have that flat surface area to receive as much as this one does. So hold on 1 second.
It's the only black thing I own. You said to put on dark colors so we blend in with the night.
Okay, well just hurry up. Teddy's gonna be here in a little bit.
I'm just gonna do my eye makeup and curl my hair.
When? You...
So okay, so this is the ideal way of doing it. Okay, so let's go into another thing that I like, and that is you must get yourself. I constructed this to work as good as I can. This is, I believe, from the Phantom Pro. If I'm not, I keep on forgetting if it's Phantom Pro. And I also have a lanyard. If I can find it, it's on my bed. And I also put the lanyard right here. So this is my tablet holster. Do not, I always tell people, do not get or use this any other way. It comes with a flimsy, I took it off and discarded that when I got this this piece, because it comes with that little stupid arm that attaches to this right here, to this little arm. It's more like an arm as well. It's a little metal bracket that comes in the back of it. It really doesn't serve too much of a purpose that I can even imagine. You might, if let's say if you have a hook somewhere, you want to just hang up your transmitter outside of your carrying case or something like that, just to display it. Maybe you can put this up on a wall somewhere. You know, it might keep it up if, let's say, you're laying it on a flat surface like my table. It does hold it up a little bit, but other than that, it's not really all that great of a device or part to this thing. But it does hold out of the box the arm for your cell phone. That arm is made out of plastic. It's flimsy and it will fail after, I swear, only a few times of me using this thing, and it started to slide side to side, and then as soon as you try to tighten it, the screws break the plastic and it starts to get these little stress cracks inside of it, and then it's no good. It doesn't get that same grip anymore, which it never really did, because this is metal on plastic. It wasn't even any rubber on the inside of the bracket itself. It was just disgusting. I didn't like it at all, and I changed it out for this one so that I can hold my tablet. Everybody wants to use a tablet. I don't know why DJI don't think when it comes to certain things. They should have said, you know what, this didn't cost that much. It's not that hard of a put on. Just do it, but they didn't. So this is what I got for mine. I'm using the NVIDIA Shield as my tablet. It is awesome. It has very good ratings in my book. It's very good. It's a 199. It's full 1080p this display, Wi-Fi enabled, very good Wi-Fi connection, which you need for your drone. You need a very good Wi-Fi connection so that you can receive the information from the transmitter to your device. If you don't have a good Wi-Fi connection between your device and this, you will run into messed up video, and it could be right next to you. You wondering why. Some of the older tablets are not good for this kind of device at all. You need a good newer device, probably from 2011, 2012-ish till now. I'll say, depending on your tablet, depending on which one it is. So this is my my setup, how I did it. Now I also got the prop guards, and that's also good to work with and to use. I think DJI don't give it to you out of the box because they want it to look this certain way. I was talking to some guy online, and he said they wanted to keep it looking a certain way. The prop guards make it look a little different, and they don't really like the way it looks. I believe that's what he was saying. So that's probably why they don't have it. But you could also get this online so that you can put prop guards on. You can take them off. As you can see, I don't have mine on, and that's so that I can travel. The props come off easy, and the prop guards come off with there's a pinch. Pull them off. You could travel with it. You put this little thing on there at the bottom, and it's perfect. Doesn't get in the way. Doesn't take the look away. I don't see any reason why they didn't do it, but that's just how it is. Um, so I want to start doing some more video. I need some more likes. I don't do this just for me. I do this for everybody else because the best way to find out how to use something is if somebody already did it, and that's why we have YouTube and all these other media outlets so that you can figure out how the heck to do these things. And if I get some likes, that makes me know. That lets me know, of course, that I'm giving you some useful information, and hopefully that you can use this and getting started and using your drone the proper way that I'll say. This is a good setup. It doesn't cost that much. All this stuff is a few dollars. Even the ARGtek mod, that was only about $12-13. This was about $15 altogether for this piece. You could probably find it cheaper than that on eBay or Amazon, and that's pretty much it. So if anybody got any questions on anything that I've demonstrated here, please give me a comment, like if you like it, and subscribe. I'm starting out with my own media business with the drones, and I'm getting into that. I want to go further, and I'm virtually learning as I'm going, and so what I learn, I try to pass on. So I will be coming out with more videos as I get more, into this and do more flights. I want to be doing some more flights as the temperature starts getting a little bit warmer. I'm in the Northeast, so we're going up and down. We're like a roller coaster. One day it's too cold to fly. The next day it's a little warm and I can fly. Then we get some rain, and then we get in some snow. We just had a snowstorm. So right now we have a weekend coming up that's supposed to be really nice. So I'm going to get some good footage, and I'm going to share that. And I'm also going to do some more editorials. So maybe next time we'll have another video out from my flight, and hopefully it'll be a good flight. Thanks, guys, and have a good one.